Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Stuff I Heard podcast. I'm your host, Josh Pete, and I'm here with my buddy Greg in Albany, Georgia. We came down so that we could see 95 perform last night at Lee's. It was quite the fun time. We had a good time. And we've just been lazy bums today. We've been hanging out and watching Greg suffer over how Skyrim is on the Nintendo Switch. Apparently, he is not the greatest at this kind of stuff, and it's highly entertaining to watch him die multiple times.
Listen, I think it's a pattern. It's important to notice, right?
He's really good at not doing well.
Yeah,
at a lot of things.
Other games.
It's entertaining to watch him sort of battle with that kind of stuff.
I mean, how long was the video we did about how bad I was at fishing on Animal Crossing?
About a 35-minute video.
Yeah, like where we basically just showed that I could not fish in Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
and how bad I was, and just the constant abuse was really, exceptional.
So far on Skyrim, how many hours do you think you have invested in this game?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a ton. Like nothing like Breath of the Wild,
right? But here's a cool thing that we figured out, is we did figure out that the Amiibo cards that he had gotten us for Breath of the Wild actually work in this game, and that you can actually get things like some of your Zelda weaponry, the Master Sword and the Shield, the Hyrule Shield, and stuff like that can be used in the game. And, some of the stuff in the game costs money, and so if you're able to use Amiibo cards to drop random things from the sky, you can then turn around and sell them and buy the things that you need in the game, which is highly useful. So we're just sitting around enjoying this time together and spending a little time together. Oh, you just started a quest.
I did.
I think you're supposed to help him escape or something?
Looks like
this is really cool.
Pretty good without me.
This is really cool. He's like, follow me. I'll lead the way.
I wouldn't consider him to need my assistance. It looks like he's doing great without me. Okay.
So our friend Josh Treadaway is here as well. He's somewhere around the building. I'm not exactly sure where he's at, but if he comes in all of a sudden, you'll be like, oh, look, and there's Josh. So Treadaway and I came down the other day, and it was a nice little trip. We got to talk for quite a while. He and I got on an interesting discussion about Kurt Cobain and how interesting it was that he sort of changed the game of music during our lifetimes, because nothing else before him sounded like his kind of music. And, we're lovers of the what-if scenarios of the multiverse. And it dawned on me all of a sudden. I said, what if Kurt Cobain is actually, maybe by doing as much heroin as he did, he was able to tap into some part of the multiverse. And he actually came into contact with another version of himself that was a much better musician, but was just not appreciated for his talent. And he took that music and he made current popular music that ended up making him super popular. But he felt guilty about the success of the band, considering that himself from another verse, he basically stole it from that other Cobain, and then that guilt made him ultimately commit suicide. It's kind of a neat fan theory that I just came up with all on my own.
You can call that a fan theory.
Well, I'm a fan, so it's my theory. I guess it's fan theory.
I guess so.
Right?
All right, I'll give you that.
So
it's I think that it's more on the more unlikely spectrum. I think heroin probably.
It
was enough.
It didn't help his life, but it didn't necessarily hurt his life until the very end. I mean, obviously it's not something I want to go down that rabbit hole with, but maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting that, from that band, you then have Dave Grohl, who's just sitting back there playing drums, who's going to end up being the superstar megalith musician that he is now. You watch old videos and you're just like, hey, who's that punk kid in the back drumming away?
Yeah, it's it's actually fairly amazing that Nirvana was what it was, and then Dave Grohl comes out and can, create Foo Fighters and
right.
a whole other thing. I like my favorite story about Dave Grohl is that, and I guess you could search down the internet, but it talks about what they do before each show. Like they just do like he drinks like a whole bottle of Jack Daniels, like just does like and forces everyone else to like just get totally inebriated and wasted before they go on stage, and they just it's a crap pile of stuff.
Just have fun.
Yeah, maybe while we're on the I'm not sure that it's that it's having fun. But let me see while we're on here. I'll try to Google it and see what their regimen is. But it's a kind of regimen that would make my liver explode immediately.
Right.
So let's see. I'll look it up real quick.
So one of the things that I remember being interesting about that time frame where Nirvana was becoming popular was, you not only had them, but you had lots of other musicians like Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots and Soundgarden and just so much good music. And one of the interesting things that I had heard years ago, because this is the Stuff I Heard podcast, I'm going to give you some little things I heard, is that Stone Temple Pilots used to go on tour and they couldn't convince anybody to be their opening act in the beginning. So they would actually go out in drag, and they would all play other instruments than what they normally play. And they would just play some cover music of stuff. And then when they got done, they would take off their wigs and take off the dresses and then move over to the instruments they're supposed to go and go, all right, you guys ready for Stone Temple Pilots? And then all of a sudden, the crowd was like, oh my God. Now, again, this is before the internet, so I haven't done any research. I don't even know if that's true, but I always heard that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, so looking on Google, what it says here is that Dave Grohl starts each show by taking 3 Advil. Then he starts drinking Coors Light about an hour before the show. Then starts hitting Jägermeister, drinks a few more beers, and begins taking shots with everyone in the room. Then 20 minutes before, he's had 3 or 4 shots of Jaeger, 3 Coors Light, and as room clears, they get about 15 minutes to themselves. And they start feeding shots of Jägermeister to the rest of the band.
Jeez.
Says he then has another cold beer right before getting on stage and drinks the last inch of the Jägermeister. And he has a knack for drinking heavily. And
Right.
he calls that his
Dave Grohl.
secret to having a good show. There you go. How about that?
Wow.
He says, one of the things I love just before going on stage is just being happy. It'll make you happy. He says, it's like a reunion every night. I guess so. Wow.
But I've always wondered, like, his ability to push his vocals that hard all night long, how he does it. I mean, because I can only imagine the stress and strain that it does on your blood pressure as well as just on your vocal cords. And you got to have good cardio because otherwise you're going to be out of breath. I mean, because he's something like monkey wrench. I don't know how he does that and just is able to scream non-stop.
Oh, yeah. Screaming. It's just, I mean, there's some people that you're a rock star.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to do such a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, but I'll tell you what, it's something else.
So, again, back to the Stuff I Heard thing. Let's talk about something we watched. Yesterday, we had a little free time to ourselves, and we decided that we were going to watch something on Netflix, and it was, what was the name of it? The Man from Toronto.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson,
Yes.
Kevin Hart, Kaylee Cuoco was in it, Ellen Barkin was in it.
That's a bear.
Is that a bear?
I believe that's a bear.
It's a beer, as Norley says. It's a beer.
Like he's pissed too. That's the other good part.
Yeah, I hear him growl, don't you?
He's really mad about
He's
it.
like threatening you. He's like, all right, if you want to come
that's a
here,
bear.
I will. Oh, that's effective. See, you should use that more often.
Look how powerful that sucker
That bear is attacking him. Oh, dude, the bear in Skyrim is awesome looking.
Whoa.
He's gonna hurt you.
Oh.
Hurt you.
Oh, yeah. And so I have this chick that fights along with me. So once I'm dead, she comes up and starts helping.
Now she's gonna help you. It's
Like,
a little late now.
Yeah.
He's already got his foot on my back. It's not good. It's like the
He's going
remnant.
to fillet you alive.
Yeah, it's like the remnant all over again. Yeah, fillet you alive. So there's a bear reference in the Man from Toronto. There's a story about how I guess Woody Harrelson's supposed to be this really badass interrogator, and part of the allure is the fact that nobody knows who he is. And like any other comedy action movie thing, there's a misconception, a mistaken identity, if you will, and suddenly everyone thinks that Kevin Hart is that guy, and then it gets funny. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you like it?
I thought it was definitely entertaining. It had some really great funny moments.
I was really amazed at the amount of explosions.
But there were a couple things that just like you were talking about in one of your recent podcasts about how you watch movies and you can find all the weird things that like shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're not going to shoot a gun and hit that button to make the
Right.
the rope come back
The
into
repelling rope.
the repelling rope come back into.
He's hanging out. He's hanging out the back of a plane with a rope attached to his leg, and he's flapping around in the breeze, and he reaches around and shoots a control panel, which then turns it on. I was like, I'm calling bullshit right here. Like, I mean, obviously the thing tethered to his leg holding him there isn't bullshit enough, but the fact that he's able to shoot it and then magically turn it on, I was like, okay, now we've entered into that. Okay,
Oh, it
I mean,
gets
it's slightly-
worse.
it gets really worse.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's slightly
Yeah.
feasible that Kevin Hart could get sucked out of a plane and grab hold of him without any kind of thing tethering him
Well,
and not rip his leg off when he grabs hold of him.
plus there was the whole the big fight scene towards the end with all the other men from other areas.
Yes.
And they seemed really committed to doing the one thing that they were seen doing in the intro. So, like the one guy with the chainsaw, he just had to only fight with the chainsaw at all times, and he was really bad at it too. He was like, "Come
Extremely
on,
bad.
if you're kind of
Super
known for killing with a chainsaw, you think you'd handle a chainsaw a little better than you are." But he's like, no, I can't just punch you. I have to get this chainsaw and then move it around. And I was like,
smart.
oh god, this is stupid.
But I do give credit. They didn't have to do that with the guy with the sword
Right?
because that would have,
Well, they just hit it in the car.
They just hit him in the car. Yeah.
But I did like how they open the back, like they're on a plane with the back door comes down, and as soon as they put the back door down, it's sucking everyone out.
Right.
Then they get back in, and then the door's still open, but all of a sudden it's not
No,
sucking
it's
everyone
good.
out.
They're fine.
Yeah,
They're
they're like,
fine.
oh, guess what? Everything's good.
Not only that, but nobody's shaking. They're just like brushing themselves off and you're like, that was super dead.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
that
the
was
pilot is knocked out and the plane's supposed to be doing its own thing, and they're just standing there. And I'm like,
and that was my other thing. When the plane was going down, but everybody was falling like the plane was going up.
right.
I don't know if you noticed that or not, but
Yeah, he got shot forward and yet the plane was going up.
right.
He's on the controls. They pull him off the controls, and then it seems to be going down. It's like, what? Plus, the autopilot thing was talking way more than autopilots ever talk.
It's like
139 feet, 183. Like, wait, it doesn't do all that. Pull up. I'm like, wait. All of this is way too much for you're almost
I
dead.
know. Look at that.
You fall
This
cliff
is
again.
a whole new way to die. I
Yeah,
like it.
great.
The
Greg is exceptionally good at playing video games poorly. And he inspires me to buy video games, he says, because he knows
Yeah.
I'm watching it, picking it apart, going, I can do way better than this.
Yeah, he only buys them because he's like, I can't possibly be as bad. The great part is we both end up finishing the game. It just takes me a lot more deaths than you.
Well,
A whole bunch. Like 68 more
maybe. Maybe.
bunches.
It's like your own version of A Million Ways to Die in a video game.
Yes,
That's
yes. Okay, so back to the movie. Okay, now I like the absurdity of the fact that Woody Harrelson's supposed to be this, killer, this famous for all this stuff, and yet we find out later in the show that he's afraid to talk to girls, and suddenly magically Kaylee Cuoco is going to be the one who gets him to open up because she wants to dance with him.
That's not why. It's because
Okay.
she's on Big Bang Theory.
Well, I mean that's why she's even there, but yeah.
Yeah.
So she was fourth billed. Did you notice that? Whenever they were showing the credits, she was fourth billed, and I was like, okay, that's just because you're.
Yeah, just because she only had like maybe
she
four
wasn't in.
scenes in the whole movie.
Yeah, she was in the whole movie maybe 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, that's what that gets you. All right, cool.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, you just have to get somebody to be like, you know what, I'd like to see a hot chick. So they kind of put one in there.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
I thought the hot chick was Kevin's wife.
She was pretty hot.
She was hot.
Yeah.
Hey.
But he was also a disaster. His character in the show, he's a guy who can't follow through, a guy who his whole pitch is non-contact boxing because he lives a non-contact kind of life, and sort of because of that.
Oh shit!
Whoa, there's a bad guy! Look out!
That fool runs out with a two-handed sword. Look at
Yeah, I was saying,
Oh.
is he got a two-handed broadsword, or is that
Yeah.
Is
just?
that Idris Elba? Did he just? He just came out of the movies and he's there to kill you. Well, he knows how to use his shield. Maybe
Is this other guy still alive?
He's still
Why is
alive.
he not dead yet?
there's Idris. Yeah.
There, now let's kill him.
Okay.
You got the side
Is
so
it
you
a
got
work? Is it a work?
He's really good at using his
Doesn't
shield.
work.
I don't know if you noticed that.
There's hordes of them.
I'm throwing arrows.
Hordes of orcs.
Oh no, there's arrows.
Hordes of orcs.
Uh-oh, Lydia. Oh, come on, Lydia. Come over here. Don't let them keep shooting you. Come over here.
Back away slowly. There you go. Good chapter up.
Did you see that?
But yeah, I mean, I thought they did a good job of making a comedy and an action film sort of together. And I would say that it's more comedy than action, except for the fighting scenes are hilarious to me, especially the dead weights thrown at the bodies.
Oh man, that actually was pretty cool.
That was violence on a funny level, much like the guy with the swords who's supposed to be like an Indiana Jones character, and then Indy pulls out the gun and just shoots him. You got the famous person at the end of the battle who's got the sword, and you're like, oh crap, this is about to be dangerous, and the car hits him.
That was hardcore.
Because we immediately laughed, all three of us. It was like, yeah.
That was hardcore when they were in the gym and they were like throwing
dead weights
at people.
Yeah, barbells.
He spun the 45 disc like a disc, weight like a discus.
Yeah,
I thought I would have taken the guy's head off.
Yeah. Well, and Kevin, true to the character that he's playing on the movie, he's got a barbell and the weights slide off one side, so it makes it swing back up and knock the guy out by accident. I mean, that's kind of the character he plays in the whole thing. So, so what did I do? Did I hit a button? I think I hit a button on my pad. Oh well.
Oops.
I'll figure it out in post. Are you dead?
I'm dead. Yeah, another one. There's like 400 deaths today.
So if we had a drinking game where every time you died in this game, we should definitely
we'd be hammered.
We'd be
dead. Hammered at 8:30 this morning.
We'd be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Elder's back. Oh.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me load before I get to that guy.
You loaded it up and she's taking shots to the back. I mean,
that's how I like it.
That's a lot of man coming right into here.
I mean, he comes out with this big two-handed broadsword just coming right off the bat. Look at this.
Yeah, I mean, just
he looks like he looks in the Avengers movies. I mean, without the gold eyes. I mean, that's basically him right there.
I mean, he's hardcore. This dude ain't missing.
He's like 6'5", double swinging a broadsword.
God himself.
Get over here. Stop being annoying.
Look at that thing. It's tremendous.
Studded armor. I like it.
Studded for her pleasure.
I mean, oh man!
Did you just get back up?
No, this is another work.
He crushed your skull open.
He killed you in slow motion.
He hit you with a club with spikes, and you were gone. Wow.
Yeah, this is exceptionally normal for my performance.
Oh, and you're right back at it.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something a little different here. Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe some magic.
No, I mean I'm just gonna we're gonna start by running.
No, okay.
Run.
Andale, muchachos.
Yeah, I think we gotta run just a little bit.
See how fast he is. He's right behind you.
Oh, he's out there. Him and Lydia are chilling. Now here comes the orc.
Get your bow and arrow out. Actually use them.
For what? Oh, yeah.
Because she can hold them there, like tanking.
Yeah.
See how effective that is?
I don't think it's effective at all.
It just pushed him back and made him angry.
Oh, I'm about to die again. It's going to be great. Look at that orc, how quick he
Oh,
is.
man. I know.
Hey.
He's
Boom!
coming at you like a vengeance. Oh. Normally they don't give bad guys a finishing move, but
I know, just
he's
for
like
me.
he's like an NPC guy, and he still gets his own finishing move to do.
Just for me.
It was just so. He's like, wait, we got to slow this down and show it in slow motion. It's too good.
Yeah, it's like when they shipped when I ordered it, they've been tracking me. They shipped in this special copy.
Right now, someone from Skyrim headquarters is like, I just want to take over this character for a second.
All right.
This fool dies a lot. This will be funny.
Come on, Lydia. Come on over here. She's supposed to follow me, I think. I hope.
So, not only was that something we also watched, but there was something else that we watched last night.
Oh, so sports. Sports. We got to watch a phenomenal football game in which we were not wanting to watch it. I think you actually said, "Don't turn it on."
I was afraid of turning it on. Yes, I agree.
You said, "Don't turn it on. I don't want to watch this slaughter that's going to happen."
Oh,
And I was like,
The
"Okay."
slaughter that Greg's about to take.
this is representative of how we expected that game to go. No, man.
I like how it gives you blood splatter in your view,
In your screen.
It lets you know how bad he's killing you.
Ooh, that was a good one. You got me good on that one, didn't you?
Merely a flesh wound.
Oh, I got to. Is that me?
No, that's
Yeah.
you did. Yes, you
Oh,
He just
good
did a
Lord.
finish.
did. He did a triple. He did a triple slash.
Man.
He
This
triple
is
slashed
terrible.
you.
Terrible.
He X'd you in an exclamation
I can't
point.
even kill one of them. Like before, 4 of them were killing me. So I managed to maybe get it where there's one of them, and I can't even stop one of them from killing.
So yeah, arrow to the head right here. Fine.
Let's
Just
let's try.
Entertain me. Entertain me.
Well, here's
Are
Are you
not doing
entertained?
that?
I know, it's like,
here's,
I'm not-
Yeah.
here's,
Not good.
here's the real thing is that how unlikely it is that I can do any worse.
No,
Well,
you
you're
got to
right.
hit him at least.
You know, you guys want.
Oh, you just pissed him off. That's all you did. That's all you did is pissed him off.
He killed Lydia. Now he's like,
And now-
Oh, here comes the orc.
Oh, the orc in him.
it's not gonna do well.
It's called bye-bye.
So crazy.
He's not even going to wait for the death. He's just like, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason.
He's like, I'll off your side chick and then I'm going over here.
So anyway, so
You're gonna have to kill him.
the story of this show is
Real
Josh put the game on and we were ahead.
And
Gamecock, South Carolina.
they don't know who's playing.
It
So
was
South Carolina was playing. What was it again?
Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee Volunteers.
And Tennessee is number 5 in the nation.
And we fully expected to hear nothing but Rocky Top all night long. And we were going to be pissed off, and we were just going to turn it off at a certain point. That was my thought, because I thought we're going to switch it over, and it's going to turn ugly fast, and then we're going to be like, this is a massacre.
Oh,
I
you
can't watch
thought,
this.
yeah, you thought that like South Carolina was gonna just
Oh, I was unable to want to watch it. Like, I mean, I did not want to turn it on because I
Right.
was so
He
afraid.
was fussing at me. I was like, I'm going to see what's going on. He was like, please don't. And I turned it on, and then we were already up by a touchdown, I think.
We're 14-7 when you turn it on.
Yep. And I was like, well, hey, we're in the lead. And you're like,
And then we
Okay.
scored right as you turn it on. We
And then we
scored
scored again.
21-7.
and it was like, woo.
And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And then we turned the ball over, and they got a touchdown right before the half, and they got the ball the second half to start, and they came back and made it 35-31. I was like, here we go. This is where it happens.
Yep. We're
From
going to
that
lose it
point-
right now.
And that from point on, Spencer Rattler went off. The defense played phenomenal, and we ended up winning.
Everything that you could hope that your favorite team does, we did for 2 quarters and finished out the game strong. I mean, he only had 7 incomplete passes, no interceptions.
6 touchdown passes.
6 touchdown
450-something yards passing.
It was incredible.
I mean, it was a career. He had 8 touchdown passes going into that game.
And it seemed like almost every time that we had a running play, our running back would just drag people. He was just like, okay, you touched me, great. Here, hang on for 8 yards. It would just, by sheer energy and force, would just pull people through.
And the thing about it is that's not even our first. I was our 3rd string running back. Our first 2 running backs did not get to play. They weren't even dressed.
It was so much fun to watch.
I mean, you would have thought like if for some reason South Carolina could beat Tennessee, like it would be a last-second field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a good 30, right?
Yeah.
63
to
points.
something. I mean, that's crazy.
I don't know that I've ever seen South Carolina score 63 points. That was incredible.
Maybe in 7 games.
It's the most points ever put up on Tennessee since the start of the AP era in like 1936. Is what I saw the stat.
Yeah. And I mean,
Well, and that's but every other Tennessee team being super bad, and this one being super good, right?
and there's a couple
Well,
mentalities.
there's a couple of them in the review. I mean, like you had the years when Peyton was there, and then right after that, T. Martin, they won the national championship. So I mean, they've had some really good teams. But yes,
And there's a couple of mentalities if when you get in a lead like that, you're just supposed to run the ball and run the clock out. But then that's when a lot of teams get in trouble. You killed them way up there and you just slide it down the mountain. It's like the way that guy killed you and you slid down the mountain.
That's why I'm enjoying it so much.
In your
It
own
wasn't
words.
me this time,
Yeah.
right?
no, it was just a little ram. It wasn't,
Yeah, that's a place you need to avoid.
it wasn't the Black Knight.
Yeah.
No, I'm going back.
You gotta get stronger.
I'm
before you
going
go
back.
there.
No, I'm going back. I'm not going out like that.
So, yeah, the game is great. Big surprise ending. I like the fact that they put their foot on the gas. They kept winning by doing what they were doing early. Even Herb Street was talking about it. He said, we've seen it too many times where teams get up like this and they take a little pause and think, oh, yeah, we've won, and then they give up their lead. And you got to know that the other team's going to come for you. So if what's working early keeps working, the big question is, do you have the stamina? Do you have the force in your players to keep doing that? Because that kind of differentiates different teams. Like a lot of people say that they can hang with Alabama until the fourth quarter. I mean, that's kind of the thing that's been going around for a couple of years. The big programs are strong at the end. And this is an opportunity for South Carolina to show that they can finish strong. I mean, they had a bad week last week. Who knows? Vanderbilt may be on the way up because they slaughtered the Gators.
They did.
I don't know that anybody would have seen the Commodores beating the people that are beating.
The Commodores beat the Volunteers next week, which now they might. The
in-state rivalry.
The Vanderbilt Commodores would be bowl eligible.
Yeah. Well, and they would deserve it.
That might be my first time in my lifetime that I remember them being bowl eligible.
They would have deserved it too.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they beat Kentucky.
Beat us.
They beat us.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
No, we beat Vanderbilt.
Oh, we beat Vanderbilt.
It was close, a lot closer than it wanted it to be.
Who beat us last week?
Florida. That'd be the Gators.
Florida. That's right.
They took it we took it to the swamp and we took a beating.
Yeah.
But you'll notice that this week Satterfield, and that's our offensive coordinator in South Carolina, I don't know if he just decided that he understood that maybe he needed to make some changes, but he used the Carry-On Joiner. Mm-hmm. And that really opened up the offense because then they could not just pin their ears back and come straight pass rush.
Yeah.
And that helped us a lot.
It was a fun game to watch. I mean, even I made a comment that I was looking on Facebook this morning, and I've got friends that I work with and in our family that are Clemson fans, and they were like, I really hope they don't play like this next week because we're in trouble. Because, I mean, any team in America probably watched that right there and went, holy crap, they're bringing a South Carolina team that we've not seen in years. The way they played last night is just one of those rare moments where everything lined up like you wanted it to. So it was fun to watch the game. It was fun to cheer. It was fun to have a good time. I kept thinking the whole time after it was over, while people were celebrating, there's always that thought, I guess as a dad, I just go, man, I hope nobody gets hurt because you want to celebrate, but at the same time, sometimes you accidentally end up getting hurt in the process.
Hey, look what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, why
don't you just fry everybody like that?
I don't know. It's too easy.
Who knew you could do that?
Say the Ghostbusters.
I think I would just do that from now on.
Right.
So Greg just figured out that he's a Sith Lord, and he can shoot a lightning out of his left hand and kill enemies with it. And I don't know why he foolishly hasn't been doing this the entire time, because it's super effective.
I'm out of mana. That's my real problem.
So lightning in one hand, sword in the other?
Try to do it.
I don't know. It's highly entertaining.
Oh, no.
Why are you talking to me? Why is she talking while I was kidding her?
Well, it's Karen.
There we go.
Karen wants to talk to you. She wants to tell you that you stepped on her lawn, and she's really upset about it because you're wearing the wrong boots. And
I think that
I just needed some lightning to the face.
That is the most improved. Right there. That's fairly improved.
Yeah.
Compared to previous
interactions.
Even that work. Does that work?
Go sit in the left and Saber in the right.
Yeah. What I'm thinking.
But Miss Chick is here. What's she doing?
I don't know. She helping or hurting?
She's not.
She appears to be upset. Oh, there's somebody back here shooting arrows.
Look
at that.
Where's Lydia?
Lydia's been getting shot with arrows continuously for a little while.
There she is.
Here, have some of that.
Eat some bowl lightning.
Enjoy some of that.
Whoa!
Did
You just knifed
You
Lydia.
just knifed Lydia?
Why did you
You
kill
just-
Lydia?
You just literally waylaid Lydia.
Dude, Lydia was helping you in the game.
Like you grabbed
You
her
held her shoulder
and just slammed the sword right up
I mean,
in it.
like Kylo ran to Han Solo right through the gut.
I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. But I just don't know if I'm strong enough.
Kylo ran her.
The people that made Skyrim didn't even know that was possible.
They're like,
They go to, whoa, yeah.
How did you kill your companion? We're not even
Oh,
designed to do
we've
that.
got another
God.
visitor here that wants to get into the podcast.
Oh, that's amazing. That you know, you don't see things like that all the time.
No, waylay your own partner.
Dear Skyrim, I would just like to complain that why am I allowed to kill Lydia the way I killed her?
Oh, that's amazing.
That was with some like rage there. Like that,
Everything was going
that was some
fine.
extra special rage.
I know what it is. It's because he's shooting the Sith Force lightning out of his hand.
Yeah.
He was channeling Kylo Ren somehow. She's the one you want to do the gut stabby.
Yeah.
She's killing me now.
You have the higher ground.
I know. She's ganking me like crazy. Yeah, lady, help me
What's
out.
up, buddy? How you doing?
Sorry, I murdered you.
Say hi to everybody. Say hi to
Hey,
everyone.
Ricky. Sorry,
Everyone's looking
sorry
at
I
you.
blew up your mouth.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the problem is I don't have any mana, do I?
No.
No, you're out of mana.
I got
Do you generate mana?
yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay.
You look at me like that for. What you doing?
Look at there. Too bad they hit me with the arrow, you see. That is not very nice.
So, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you want to be on the podcast. You're doing a great job, Riley.
Oh, is that a Weller?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I'm
yeah.
just chilling in here wanting to be on the
Weller's like,
podcast.
I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes, I do. I love
He
you.
says you don't love me.
You just love my dog style.
I love you guys. I want to be on the podcast.
Oh boy.
You're doing great. Thank you.
Listen, you're doing good work there, dog.
You're doing great work.
America, meet Weller.
You gotta get this arm out underneath you though, because you're killing me. All right, so I'm gonna wrap this up.
This is foolishness.
This is silly.
Foolishness, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to say big thanks to both of you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Friday night, I guess it's Sundays. Friday night we had the 95 show. We had a really good time.
95 band.
95
You're in
band.
Albany, Georgia. Check them out. They're on Facebook.
Josh did a whole bunch of videos, so we'll get a whole bunch
I've got
of
a
videos on
plethora
Facebook.
of videos to go through and create for YouTube and Facebook and all the Instagrams and stuff.
I'm
And
excited to see all of it. I filmed some, but I don't remember.
There's a lot that Treadaway filmed that we're going to have to edit and destroy. No, actually, he did a great job. He did a
Treadaway
great
had
job.
some really nice stuff.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Like,
We did catch him inadvertently.
According to you, allegedly, allegedly.
thanking everyone for coming.
Oh, okay.
a bunch.
And
Like 900 times.
yeah, so it'll be good. It's good stuff. I'm hoping to make some promotional stuff for 95. That way, you guys can check it out, and that way, if they're ever around and you're around and you want to come and see them in person, you can come see them in person because that's where the fun is.
Or you can book them and they can make a travel trip.
There you go. There's that too.
Yeah.
Book it for private parties.
Yeah, 95. It's our party rock band, 80s, 90s party rock. We just pretty much play stuff people like. People
And
like
currently,
sing to,
as
dance
we're
to.
doing this, the lead guitarist Matt is single currently. So you gotta, ladies, you gotta like reach out right away if you want anything to
Josh spent a lot of time at the
happen.
at the end asking him how he could possibly be single. Right?
Yeah.
He's too good of a guitar player to be single.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean,
There's a magical thing that happens to guitar players once they become known as guitar players. And I just don't think anyone's noticed it yet, but after you watch these videos, you're going to be like, "Oh, well,
yeah,
I need to."
he's hard.
I need to
He's
remember
hardcore good. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're a woman who feels as though you should use your gifts for good and not evil, here's your opportunity.
Be a muse,
Yep.
not a Yoko.
You could take the reins of this wild stallion and
Wow,
see what happens. I just threw
this
it out
is
there.
really
I don't really
yeah. I mean, this is really it's gone to a whole new place.
Listen,
But anyway, Matt's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. He's a very nice
He's a
guy.
good guitar player.
And he's a really good guitar
Yeah,
player.
really good guitar player.
Yeah. So.
But, you didn't have to make it creepy. But whatever.
But that's our style.
Why'd you have to make it weird?
Yeah, that is kind of our style. I'll give you that.
And if you're at the show and Brian keeps yelling, "You guys can bring me any shots you want," don't.
Yeah, and what do you mean by if he does that? He's
I'm just saying
100%
when he
going to
does
do that,
it,
yeah.
maybe limit him on how many shots he's allowed to get, or I don't know, water him down a little bit, possibly. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's yeah. I mean,
He had a little too much.
he had a decent amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, listen, we're all grown ups, so it's all good. All right. Anything to promote?
I don't think so. I think we're good. We had a nice weekend. Thanks for coming, guys. Play Skyrim, just do it better than me, which isn't hard either. I mean, the good part is I don't put the bar very high.
You show me what not to do, which
Yeah.
I think is the most
Right.
important thing. I mean, I guess that's what friends are for.
Okay, Dion.
To lift you up, when how's the song go?
No one,
That's
what friends are for.
I mean, thank God.
In good times, in bad times,
Oh,
I'll be your side forevermore.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's one I'll stop. See, I can't sing.
No. We heard you singing. We got used.
Oh,
to
yeah.
video
Oh,
of
yeah.
you singing.
I'm sure there was some.
Video.
Yeah.
So, like, one really cool thing is he's got this 360 camera. It actually does the whole room, and it's so awesome because it's like you can then zoom in on any part. A great part of you right from the pool table to sing while I'm throwing down.
You're having a
I was
great
like, yeah,
time.
baby.
I was like, look at it.
It
He's
was
having a
nice.
great time.
It was nice.
That won't make it to the final cut. That was just for us.
It was nice.
I'm sure there was a few
What
bad
do you mean
moments
that
of me
won't make it
dancing
to
as
the
well.
final cut?
I know. I remember some dancing happening.
It's all fine. Listen,
Listen, that's what
no one else will see that stuff. It's just for us.
That's what it's about.
That's what he says now.
That's just what it is.
I have a feeling somehow or another that'll be found in
No.
video.
No, that's why you come to the shows, because you want to see that in person.
Okay,
Correct, yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the bonus.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to wrap this up. Everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm
See
going to
you guys.
splice this together with YouTube and all that fun stuff. So if you want to watch the videos, check us out on
Go get
Instagram. And now I think I got the tagline on Instagram, stuff I heard, for the podcast. So check that out. And that's it. Cue the cow.
So I want you guys to give me more likes. Give me more likes!